This is the Rubik's Magic, a set of shape-shifting foldable tiles which top keepers could solve in just less than a second. And over the next 5 days, I'm going to be trying to get as good as I possibly can at it. On day 5, I'm going to do an average, and if I don't break the national record then, I'm going to have to do this entire video all over again. But this time, with 3x3 with feet. Will I succeed? Or will I completely fail?
It's now turned into a nightmare.
I guess you're going to have to wait and see.
Okay, so I just finished unboxing the Magic, and apparently there's also instructions in Chinese.
Hope you can read Chinese.
So original. The funny thing is that I actually know how to read Chinese, so this is probably a bad idea, but I'm just gonna try and look through this. 通过翻转折叠. What is that? My Chinese is horrible. This is not gonna work out. Okay, first turns on the Magic. Very good. I think that's how it's meant to work, like you fold it and then it's meant to... Oh wow. Right.
Right, that's it. It's done. Doesn't look done, but thanks to the other side, it's done.
I don't think I did that right. Up. Right. I should, theoretically, have linked rings in the back. Let's go! Oh, that's actually so easy. So I've practiced for a few hours, and now I can kind of see why this was removed as a WCA event. This kind of reminds me of doing the parity algorithm on Square One. They're both extremely annoying. I don't know. When you're doing parity on Square One, there's like so many places that you can get stuck on or locked up on, and the fact that it's so long does not help with that. And that's the same thing with the Magic here. When I'm doing it, at the final step, the final fold between the fold up here and the fold here, I kind of want to, at the same time, pull it this way and unfold it to the top at the same time. But I just end up doing it halfway, and because it doesn't really cooperate that well, which is why you can see I lock up quite a bit there. So yeah, that's day 1. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's go. 2.17. I am honestly just dead tired because I've been just practicing the entire day. But as you can tell, I don't have my Magic because I broke it. So when I was practicing off camera, I somehow managed to tangle the strings, so I had to de-string it, and I'm just planning to solve it back tomorrow. And when I searched online, you can actually restring your Magic, but it takes like 3 hours to do so. So yeah, I'm gonna probably have to spend most of the day tomorrow restringing it. Yeah. When I was searching on ways to restring the Magic, I realized you could actually customize it. All I had to do was to print out the designs I wanted on both sides, and replace the paper in between the tiles with these new designs. And that's exactly what I tried to do. Yes! All for a Magic. Wait, what are you doing? That isn't good. Thankfully, after a few tries, the designs finally printed out properly. It only took 30 minutes, but I strung it. Okay, so I've just finished stringing on this 4th towel. I have to, oops, it's falling off. I have to do the process again over here. Screw type D. It's actually kind of easy once you get used to it. I spent 20 minutes on the first one, I spent 5 minutes on the next 2. And after stringing a bunch of tiles together, I inevitably got a bit crazy. Look at that, it's kissing. While I was restringing the Magic, I was honestly a bit concerned, because I didn't know if I had placed all the tiles correctly, so the design at the back might not have been right. Let's go, it's done! Wait, this is actually kind of funny. If I solve this Magic, and it says to subscribe at the back, you have to subscribe. Please, 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 please. Let's go! Look, it's beautiful! Smash that I'm so happy. It took me way too long. Oh my goodness. That's enough magic for today. It's day 3 and as you can tell, I finished changing my magic, but I haven't had too much time to practice, so I've just tried to make some adjustments to the way I do it. Because if you see over here, I am able to do it somewhat gripless now by just holding onto this piece and going through the motion. But there's a few problems. As I said on the first day, I keep locking up on this last step here when I wanted to finish folding it that way. You see, I just locked up there. But this is normally because my fingers are positioned too far this way, so it doesn't entirely fold that well and my finger gets stuck. So I try to keep my finger, after doing this, I've tried to move it closer to the center. So that way, when I'm unfolding it this way, my fingers are less close to this edge and closer this way, which makes it much easier to unfold. And so far it seems to have been... yeah, it seems to have been working really well so far. Let's go! So after 3 days of practice, I honestly don't think the magic reminds me of Square One nearly as much. In fact, it reminds me more of a hobby I used to have even before I started cubing. That being top stacking.
Yes, 7.5.
There's no algorithms, no case recognition, no nothing. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over again, which is really similar to the magic. And that's one of the reasons why I quit stacking in the first place. It's like cubing, but if only TPS method. And because only speed method, after doing it for a long time, there's a lot of diminishing returns. So let's take Champion Ian as an example. He's the current world record holder for cycle with a 4.8 second cycle. But just 8 years before that, when he was a little kid, he already had a 5.7 second cycle. That averages out to a 0.1 second improvement per year, which is really low. Granted, there was a funny timer change between Gen 4 and Gen 5, but you get my point. So going back to the magic, while I might have a 1.3 second single, my fear is that the same thing's gonna happen here, just like in stacking. It's gonna become exponentially harder to get from 1.3 to 1.8, which might not be something I can do over the next 2 days. And something that made it worse, spoiler alert, is what happened on day 4. So it is now day 4 of the magic challenge, and as you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm actually in school because I thought bringing the magic to school would be a good idea, but it's broken. What you're seeing right now is the state that I got it in. And because there's 14 strings now, thankfully none of the strings broke, but I don't know if I can still restring it. I got back from school. I attempted to restring the magic about 3 times, but no matter how I did, whenever I tried fiddling with it, it just ended up breaking. I'm sorry I need to do this. I have tried restringing the magic exactly like 4 times in total, but it just won't work, even with 14 strings. But honestly, I don't even know what to do at this point. It's day 4, tomorrow is the last day when I'm actually meant to try and break the national record, but this is not cooperating. And I don't know what to do. Because I haven't had a functional magic for a complete day, I had virtually no time to practice. But there were a bunch of things that I should have practiced, like my timer starts and stops. Because looking at some footage that pro magic users, the timer starts and stops are very aggressive and very quick. And I feel like I'm at a level where I can try and improve on that. And yesterday, off camera, I actually got a 1.23 second single, which, if I'm not wrong, is just 0.05 seconds away from the national record. Although, today without any practice, I don't know, it's gonna be tight. I might be able to break it tomorrow, but I honestly don't know. Yeah, this is terrible. Now excuse me while I bang my head on the table for dramatic effect for the introduction. There we go. Oh my
I think my timer broke. It won't start. Guess I also have to get a new one.
So on day 5, I quickly got a Gen 5 timer. Now, I know you're definitely wondering, how did you get a Gen 5 timer this quickly? And while you might not sound like that, I actually got it from CubeWorks, a Singaporean cubing retail brand. And speaking of CubeWorks, this video is sponsored by CubeWorks! How cool is that? I'm a sponsor now! CubeWorks is a Singaporean cubing store which sells a ton of different cubes and puzzles. Now, if you want to get something from the online store at cubeworks.com, you can just use my discount code TECH10 at checkout for a 10% discount. Alternatively, if you want to visit the physical store at Katong Plaza, you can just show them 2 things. 1, that they subscribe to my YouTube channel, thank you very much. And 2, you follow them on Instagram. Now back to the video.
New timer, new me. So my friend lent me his Magic for this video, so while I don't have the custom one sadly, a Magic is still a Magic anyway, isn't it? Alright, I have not practiced in a day. Oh, not bad. Before I did my average of 5, I decided to do some practice first, which did not go very well. This is not good. Slowly improving. Actually. 1.2. Oh, let's go. I think I should be ready to start. How this works is that I'm going to be giving myself 10 tries to break the national record single, which is 1.18 seconds. If I do, then I complete the challenge. If I don't... yeah. Come on. That is so sad. Okay, finally something decent. Well, I'll see you at 3K.